Welcome back to the Key and Jay Book Podcast. I am your co-host Jay, along with my co-host Key, and today we got another episode, but this one is going to be a little different because this one is our review, a little bit of a review from Blood at the Root by Ladarrion Williams, but this is going to be our prediction episode of things that we would like to see or things that we think we're going to see in Bones at the Crossroads. Let's talk about the cover first. What does the cover of Bones at the Crossroads mean to you?
Love, let me pull it up so I'm looking at it. Okay, let me look at it, see what it means to me. So I'm looking at the cover, and of course we got Malik on the cover, but
Right.
then you see a lot of red around him. In the
Mhm.
red on the cover of the book are different people's faces. So I'm thinking that these are his ancestors, maybe, especially because the magic in Blood at the Root is ancestral magic. But I'm also thinking we're gonna get some dark magic because the cover on the previous book is blue. You know what I mean? And red
Right.
is usually like the sinister, like evil color, but it's surrounding Malik. So I don't know. But the cover is it's scaring me a little bit with all the faces in the red. I will be honest.
One of the things that I'm thinking about, I was thinking the same thing, like, will he pull some ancestral root magic?
Yep.
Or even down when you look at some of the faces, are they previous type of kids who, that the Boncours took?
Yep.
Is Malik conjuring powers from them? Are they speaking to Malik? I was even going to the whole point of that might be the gang, as Ladarion said before, or some of the mist in the shadows. 'Cause I do feel like, and let's go back to Blood at the Root. We know some people are coming back.
Yep.
This is it's no spoiler. His mother's still alive, so she's going to be probably a key factor in trying to probably convince Malik to come over to her side, or
Yep.
she really, she wants something from him. So will that stop her from kind of, coming at her own son? As we seen earlier, she really don't care for him too much.
No, she tried to manipulate him at the end of the book. Remember, it's your mom. Remember,
Right.
And then when he wasn't going for it, she got angry and she started showing her true self. So obviously, she misses her son. She loves her son. They are on separate ends of this spectrum in this war. She's with the Boncours, and he is not with that dark magic stuff. Like, no, we
Nope.
don't play that. Like, no.
Because the whole time he checking for her, looking for clues or finding clues, throughout her time at I just got a blank Cayman University.
Yeah.
Her time at Cayman University, we see that, she was going through a lot of dark magic. Professor Taryn, am I tripping?
Taryn, yeah.
Professor Taryn.
Taryn is the I thought he was the headmaster.
Yeah, Chancellor. I say Chancellor, headmaster, all of it mean the same to me. But Chancellor Taryn, like, he was kind of telling her, like, chill on the magic, like that shit, you shouldn't be, diving into that type of stuff. But she was so drawn in, what I'm saying, by the magic that it consumed her. And we know what happened that night in Helena, Alabama, when they came through. Malik thought that some people was just, trying to kill his mother, but we know what they was really trying to do. They were trying to save her and put her away. You know what I mean?
I hope in the next book that we do get a little bit more of her history, because I feel like we've seen it from Malik's point of view. And as we know, his point of view was a little bit skewed. He didn't even remember a lot of the things that his mother did to him when he was younger, like the abuse and the yelling and the slapping him and some of the things that she taught him. He didn't remember any of that. So his point of view was unreliable. The Chancellor is not really willing to talk about his mother because his mother was responsible for the death of his child and his wife, But I do hope we get to understand a little bit more why she decided to go so evil, especially after being raised by Mama Aya. You know what I mean? Like, she's a legend and she's on the good side. She like helped defeat the Boncours. And it's crazy that her daughter grew up to join them. And I really want to know why. What was it about them that really had her like, you know what, I'm going to do this. So that is something that I'm looking forward to, getting down to the origin of Malik's mother's story. Because she's a very, very interesting character to me.
Now, do you think we're going to see some flashbacks of Mama Aya and her past and maybe some more of Malik's family tree that might come through in this book? Because our interview with Ladarrion Williams, y'all could check that on our YouTube as well. He kind of hinted that, some of her past is going to come to light and we're going to see some of the things that she was hiding still. Because, Mama Aya is a woman of many ages and been through many centuries. So she's probably got some skeletons in her closet, literally and figuratively. So what do you think some of the things is going to happen at Bones at the Crossroad that might come out about Mama Aya that Malik might not like so much?
Well, at the end of the book, you remember he found the scroll.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a scroll or a book?
It was like
like a book. So he found the book that had been passed down to Mama Aya, and I guess now he's going to protect it. So I'm looking forward to that. But because that was such an important thing to Mama Aya, I feel like as he grows in his knowledge of what that does, what the scroll does, I feel like he's going to have to tap in to some of his ancestors. You know what I mean? Just like in the book, there was a couple of scenes where he was in the front yard and he's seen scenes from the past of his ancestors running from the slave masters, you know what I mean? And hiding and the dogs chasing them and things like that. So I feel like he can tap into his ancestors. And I hope and I pray that one of the ancestors that he does get to talk to or see is Mama Aya. I feel like she was just too good of a character. She was too powerful. She was just so much to just die. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So my prediction is she's going to come back in the book, whether that be flashbacks, whether that be Malik, whether that be the mom. But that's another thing I'm hoping that we haven't seen the last of Mama Aya.
Yeah, it should be surreal to kind of maybe get a glimpse of how, how she was before Sam Malik got there. I would like to see some of her backstory, you know what I mean? To make it make sense, because I want to know more about the falling out. I wonder if she knew that her daughter was diving into these dark powers. Did Mama Aya herself have these type of powers? You know what I'm saying? Because maybe it's lineage, because I think Malik has some of that dark energy in him as well. Is it something that's passed down that you have to kind of control? You know what I mean? Maybe Mama Aya controlled her, Boncourt energy. Or, because remember, they say she the one who destroyed it. So how does she destroy it? How does she really destroy it? We only know the tall tales that they talked about in the book, but we'll see what happens like in this book. I'm just so excited. But one thing I want to talk about is Danye. Is he dead? Because I'm thinking folded up into a piece of paper ball and thrown into the woods, because there's no real...
You mean after they were fighting in the river?
After they was fighting right behind. Remember when Tay came out and they kind of caught Tay up and they had that little right in Mama yard, right in Mama Aya's front yard. Is he really going, or is he just kind of, you know what I'm saying, like still out there?
I feel like he's still out there, because in that battle, even Malik was getting thrown around a lot. You know what I mean? And I was just thinking, dang, he's just getting up. There are no injuries. You know what I mean? So I don't know, maybe Danye's powers protected him somewhat. But again, he's just...
Because he did something to him. I just don't remember what he did.
I don't know if but again, he also wasn't one of my favorite characters. He kind of was hating on Malik most of the book. He was kind of annoying. He's not one of the characters that I'm like, ooh, I want to see him. But since he's fighting with the Boncours, since he's on the bad side, I just feel like I just want to get all of their point of view to really understand, because that's one of the reasons why I really liked Alexis in the book. She's my favorite character.
Oh, here we go.
Even after everything she did, even after her associated with the Boncours, because she really was like, we have the magic to help our people, all of us, and we're not doing anything about it. So I just find them really, really fascinating. And one of the history lessons that the teacher taught them was, it depends on how you're viewing things. Like, remember when they had that discussion about, is magic good, is magic bad? It's really neither. It's how you use it. So there's some people who believe that the Boncours, they're doing the right thing. And there's a small part of me that can understand why they feel that way. So I just still want to get so much history from them. So where I want to see Danye, but he's also not a character that I'm going to be mad if we don't see him.
If we don't see him.
Yeah.
One of the things... Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, because he was just... I was just like,
One of the things that that caught me is I really want to learn more about the sorority houses. Because remember, Alexis said she was going to pledge such and such. Is Malik going to pledge in this book? Because we know something happens homecoming night. So if something is happening homecoming night, we know it's going to be obviously an attack on homecoming night from probably the Boncours or whoever else is going to be out there. I hope they get into... She got it. Alexis kind of explained it to Malik earlier, but I would like to know a little bit more backstory into the school. This is what I'm looking more into. Like, how did the school form? When did the school form? You know what I mean? I hope that Ladarrion kind of sets that tone, because I'm real interested in listening. I'm actually gonna read this one. This one I'm gonna read. I might get the audio later, but I really want to sit down and read. But I hope that while I'm reading, I kind of get into the Cayman University,
like the
backstory, the history of Cayman University. And it's so many...
So sorry. Go ahead, Jim. I'm sorry.
It's so many directions that he could take that it's another story into a story. Like, let's just say book 3 ends, right? he can go and do a backstory about Professor Bonclair. Like he can go back and do a whole nother story. But not to get off topic, I just really want to know about the school.
Yeah, I do too. And I think as far as the pledging, I do remember from Ladarrion's interview that he said Malik actually is not going to be pledging. So
Right.
I was disappointed when he said that because that was like one of my favorite parts. You know, I went to college, I never pledged. I was really scared of those girls. Like they literally scared the crap out of me.
Mm-hmm.
But I love books where they do explore fraternities and sororities on campus. I feel like he did say in the interview that we will see the fraternities and sororities, but we probably won't see it through Malik's point of view because he won't be pledging. I am also interested in seeing if he is going to have a relationship outside of Alexis. I know people hate Alexis. Her powers are supposed to be taken away. I'm hoping we get a resolution to that. But something that his uncle said, yes, he was just like, he was like, you know, go have fun, date, you know. He said something along those lines at the end of the book, which he was like, you know, you're young, go have fun. Like, don't be worried about all this stuff. So I really feel like Malik is gonna, you know, have fun. He's a college kid. He's learned about himself. He's literally like on his own, basically. So I am looking to see more romance in this book, hopefully. I know it's like a fantasy, like paranormal book, but I loved Malik and Alexis. I thought they were so cute together, especially because they've known each other since they were children. So I'm just really hoping that he finds him a girl. You know, like I want a little bit of romance. So I am looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with Alexis. Hopefully her and Malik can mend their fences, you know, because I know they don't like Alexis, but I like her so much. Like,
I think Alexis is
what
going
if
to
she
be.
say sorry? Like,
I think Alexis is not. I don't know if she's going to be cooked, but I don't see Alexis getting her powers back. Not until the end of the book. I think we're gonna see her suffer.
But taking her powers, like you said, the history of the school.
Bonclair, Terrence's parents. Remember, she said like they got their own Ministry of Magic in there. Can't remember the name of it, but she said they can take the powers away. So it's going to be something where she's probably going to go through a trial. I don't think they're just going to come and strip her powers like that. I think it's a process. Ladarrion writes very well, so I don't think it's just going to happen like they're going to come, they're here and they're going to take Alexis away. I can see them taking her away, putting her in some kind of prison until or maybe Malik and the team have to go and talk on her behalf, or she goes through some type of trial where this is how they do their before they strip your powers and send you back into the real world, wipe your memory. This is the process and steps they do.
Memory. That's what I keep thinking. His mom is worse.
She left though. Remember, she left.
Remember they had her trapped somewhere. You
know? True.
And the Bonclairs, I feel like I'm pronouncing it wrong. They are the ones who helped bring her back using Malik's blood and everything. But she was trapped somewhere. That was the whole point, I think, of what happened that night when Malik thought that his mom may have died and he killed all those people. Like they were coming to get her and stop her. So wherever they had her trapped, I'm just thinking, why didn't they strip her of her powers?
Because it wasn't them. Remember that night, that was Danye's parents. Yep. That was Professor Terran and his wife. So it wasn't the actual people who take your magic away. Can't remember their name, and that's kind of bad that we don't remember the name. But I'm gonna just say the bones, the blood at the root, Ministry of Magic. That wasn't them. Remember, they knew this was kind of like we're teenagers. We're college students. We're gonna go and do this one ourselves. I don't think this was even reported out to them. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think this was reported to them because this was like a solo mission. Like they knew that she was diving into it, and they tried to come and stop her themselves. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I was thinking, you're right though. It wasn't like an official ministry thing. You know what I mean? It was just them like, we got to stop her. But that is something that now that you explain it, that makes sense. But that's something that I was thinking at the end of that book. Like, how are they going to take Alexis's powers? And they didn't even take the mom's powers, you know, if they can. She was one of the smartest people at Cayman. You know, she knows a lot. I'm just looking forward to the epic battles with her and Malik. I'm also looking forward to him gaining more control over his powers. I feel like we don't really know what his powers are. He just gets that blue light and he kind of directs it this way or that way. But what is it? Like, is it just fire? Is it flame? I'm really looking forward to seeing him learn how to hone his power, because we've seen a couple of scenes in the book where they were testing him and it's clear that he's extremely powerful, but he can't quite control it yet. You know, right. He can't shape it the way he wants to yet. He just kind of gets angry and lets it take over him. But I am so looking forward to him controlling his powers, knowing how to use them and using them in battle. Like I can't wait for the battle scenes. Those were my favorite parts of the book, is when they were fighting and fire blasting each other and things like that. So it's
our own version of Harry Potter, man.
Yes.
Another thing. What are you looking forward to with the?
I'm looking forward to seeing their relationship grow with DL or
Savon.
D-Lo.
Savon
Yes,
and D-Lo,
yes,
boy, it's
yes,
Pound Town, Pound Town.
yes. I really like them as a couple, and
Right.
I think
Well, it kind of was like hinted they want a couple. Like it was kind of like he
he
looked at him.
was when
Yeah,
after getting with Alexis, and they both were like,
yeah,
yeah, we both. But I really, really like them, and I like their crew together. I remember at the end of Blood at the Root, they were like, we're here for you, Malik. Like, we're
right.
sorry for what she did. I just love the brotherhood in that. So just really, I hope that they all can stay a clique. I really like all of them together. I love how like they're friends and they got each other's back and they helped Malik fight in that battle. Like that creates a bond that cannot be broken, So just looking and seeing their friendship grow and their friendship blossom, that's kind of what I want. I do really like the twins, but I told you Alexis was my favorite, and then it was probably Malik. But I still really like all of their friendships. What about you?
I'm a big D-Lo guy, man. Regardless of his sexual orientation, like
Mhm.
I just like everything. He's a stand-up dude. He's not shy. I like the fact that he owns whatever it is he's doing and his sexuality, he owns it. He's not shying away from it. He seems like an honest person, and like that's the first point of honesty. You know what I'm saying? But he's also I'm not about to take no BS either.
Yep.
Like I get busy too in this magic jump. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like he's gonna be a true friend to Malik, as we spoke with Ladarrion, and how they're gonna go through a lot of different changes and funny scenes together where their friendship blossoms and grows. And I like to see that connection because my best friend, he's currently away right now, so he'll be home soon. So I know how not having that connection with your good friend feels like. So for me, I'm just looking forward to seeing how their relationship blossoms. Savant, that's another one of my favorite characters. We get a chance to see. I just hope none of the twins die, because if we seen Harry Potter, we know how one of you see how that ended up. So hopefully Ladarrion.
The last.
Yeah, but then you get to see them older and he have kids, and it was a tough scene.
From that, is there any
And
character that's going to die? Because
right. Somebody got to go though. All the friends can't make it through the book.
that is
Somebody got to go.
cool, Jay. That's so true. That's what makes it good.
Somebody got to die. Somebody got to go this episode
Somebody has to
in
die.
this
I mean,
book. Yeah.
makes it a good paranormal or good fantasy book. It's like the stakes have to be really high. Like this is a medical ward. Like people could die, and I feel like somebody's gonna have to die to like really cement that in the book. I'm trying to think who would I not mind dying, and I'm just like I like all of them. I don't want any of them to die. I'm trying to think though.
What's the other twin name? Eli. What's the other twin name? Am I tripping?
Eli? No, Eli was the brother.
Yeah, Eli is Elijah Savant. Am I tripping?
I thought the little brother was Eli. What's the little brother's name?
You talking about Tay?
Tay. There we go.
No, not Tay. I think his name was Elijah Savant, right? If I'm not mistaken.
So who's Tay?
Tay. I'm talking about the twins.
I know, but I'm saying
Tay is Malik's people. Remember?
Tay is Malik's brother.
Tay is Malik. Remember, Tay was staying with him. He's his adopted little brother.
The adopted little brother was Elijah, and I thought the other two. Hey, that's why I got the names.
Tay is the little brother. Brother.
It's Elijah.
Yeah, so I'm thinking Elijah might go because we didn't really see too much of Elijah in the book.
He wasn't in a relationship.
He wasn't really like he was a twin brother. He was in and out, but we seen more of Savant. He had more of a bigger character, more of a bigger. He had more of a bigger impact in the book. So
I feel like I messed it up in the interview too. Savant is non-binary. So
non-binary, yeah. So I don't think he's gonna take out Savant. I think if one of the twins go and something that might turn Savant into something else, how he has like this twist, because we still got a whole nother book, which is crazy. It's not gonna come out till next year. You know what I'm saying? So I could see something happening where they don't win at Homecoming. It's not a good story at the end. You know what I'm saying? Like
setting it up for the third book.
The third and finale book. Because look at what happened in not to compare it, but look at what happened in not to have Blood Prince, but the one where Dumbledore died. Yeah, that is a Half-Blood Prince. The one where Dumbledore died, that was kind of like a, you know what I'm saying? Or when Thanos snapped his Infinity Fingers and his Infinity Gauntlet in Infinity War, like people left out the theater like shocked because we didn't know it was gonna go off like that, and we got to wait a whole year. So I could see him doing that, kind of drawing some more interest to the book.
I'm looking forward to the new characters too. I know he said
yeah.
I love the characters.
New professors.
Yes, new professors. There was a one introduced at the end I'm really excited for. And yeah, I'm excited for the new professors. I'm excited for the new students. Malik is about to be really ingrained in that college life, making more friends. So I'm just looking forward to getting more characters to love and just looking forward to Malik's experience. And going back to what you said, someone must die. I feel like it's going to be the character with the least connection. So you may be right. It could be Elijah because he has a twin brother, his twin brother Savan, but he's not dating anyone. He was important in the book because he helped him in the final battle, but he wasn't really doing anything. You know what I mean? He didn't really
He didn't
have.
have a lot of lines, you know.
Yeah,
We
and
mentioned him
so
in the book.
it
Savant
would
was
be.
more the one that's like party at the such and such. You know,
Yes,
he had a bigger character. He had a bigger impact on the book.
yeah,
And
they did.
one thing I do want to see though is I would like to see, even though he's not a pure blood, I guess I would like to see Tay in some type of magical form. Maybe he, you know, kind of conjures up a spell to help Malik when Malik is suffering, and you know, like just something with Tay besides his controllable diabetes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, his story is really interesting too because he was adopted after that. Like they wanted to adopt him, and it was kind of like, are they going to stay in Mama Aya's house? Like, is Malik
I
still
think
going to
so.
have access to Tay? That was my only thing because they're so close, and I can't
Yeah.
see it to where Tay wouldn't be, you know, a
No,
part
I
of
think
his
so.
life.
I think so.
But I agree with you. I want to see him like play a bigger role because in that book he was kind of like couldn't really do much. He had diabetes, he was sick,
Right.
and then he was really young. He didn't necessarily have any powers. But I do want to see him like be more involved in the story and not just as Malik's little brother, but just as an actual character in his own right. You're right. I do kind of want to see that. I'm excited to see that now. I hope we get to see that.
And then not only that, I want to like something that I'm also looking forward to is Malik. Like I want to see if he moves past the trauma. All right, you know your family was here. I feel like you got everything out. The only thing that should be focused, your energy should be focused on is grieving your grandmother because y'all kind of built the connection at the end, or throughout the book, y'all built the connection, even though it wasn't. Y'all had a little argument here and there. Basically, towards the end of the book, y'all really kind of bonded. And your aggression should be towards your mother. Learn as much as you can. I just don't. One of the things I don't want to see in the book, I don't want to see too much more trauma.
Yeah.
I want to say that you got everything out towards your family. Now you need them more than ever because Mama Aya is not here. So you need to lean on your family. Everything that you wanted to say, you had said it already. You know what I'm saying? Your mother's alive. So you ain't got that thing of your mother being dead anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's have your anger placed towards the right place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not towards your family no more because you find out your family's fine. It's your mother that's wild.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And something that I was sorry to see happen in this book, in Blood at the Root, was the fact that Malik and his grandmother, their relationship didn't feel finished when she passed away.
Yes.
And I think that was always going to happen. Like they hinted at the fact that she had to do some kind of spell to figure out where Malik was, and she had to pay a price for it. And it seemed like the price that she had to pay was her life. I hope that we get more clarity on that. Like, what spell did she cast to find him where her life would be forfeit? Did she have a time frame or whatever?
Yep.
And in that short time, I feel like her and Malik, because he didn't trust her, he thought they was lying to him. So they didn't have as close a bond as I wanted them to have. And the trauma of losing his mom, finding her, finding out that she's bad. I agree with you. I definitely think that there's going to be things that happen in Bones at the Crossroads, but hopefully no more trauma. Although we just talked about somebody's going to die. So I feel like we better buckle our seatbelts. But that's kind of what makes a good book. I hate when my favorite characters die, but I also love when they die because, again, it increases the stakes of the book. If everybody is just safe, nothing happens to anybody. Like I said, Malik was getting thrown around like a rag doll in that last battle. Honestly, I was just like, I was surprised that he got back up because they was just tossing his ass. You know what I mean? And it really happened. Say that happens in the next book and someone dies, I feel like I'm gonna be sad, but I'm gonna really like that. Like, oh, so people can die in this world. Especially Mama Aya was over 100 years old. Like, you know what I mean?
Come on now.
So it just seemed like people live a long time. No one really dies. You know what I mean? And I definitely think you're right. We need somebody to die. I hate to wish that, but somebody got to go in the next.
We got to be looking forward to the third book, right? We need something to look forward to.
Yes, exactly.
But let's get into the final wrap up. Again, thank you to Ladarrion Williams for allowing us to interview you. We appreciate you. Hopefully, we can get you back on to talk about the new book, whatever the name of that is going to be after Bones at the Crossroads.
Yes.
Are you excited? You're gonna have your book out on the first day?
Yes, I told you. I pre-ordered it on Amazon and I pre-ordered it on Kindle. And I did both because Amazon will deliver your book on that day, but it'll deliver like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. I want it immediately.
She want her book in the morning, y'all. She like, I'm not even about to play games.
Because
I'm gonna do a little hunt on Monday. I'm gonna check Target, because maybe Target might send something out. I'm gonna check Sam Club.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check a couple stores, see if they got it out there. Or maybe we can find an early copy. Definitely copying. I'm definitely getting it. So I'm excited, man. Like you said before, we in book purgatory right now.
Yes,
I pick up anything.
I finished 3 books this entire month. It's the 23rd. Jay knows I read a lot.
Yes.
I go with at least 10 books a month. I've read every single book I've picked up. I'm like, I just can't get into it. I think again, it's because the only book that I want to read right now is Bones at the Crossroads.
Facts.
I'm very, very excited for it. And I have to say, it's something about, I feel so good reading a book by a Black author. I will say that makes me want to read it even more, supporting my people. And it's a damn book. And we got to interview the author. So I can't focus on shit else except for getting that book on July 29th when it comes out. That's only
I got you.
I can't wait. I thought about reading Blood at the Root over because I just miss it that much. I think I may to the audio here and there because it's a long book.
It's a long book.
It's a long book. It took me a minute to reread it, but I think that I am going to get the audio book this weekend and just listen to it in my free time just to make sure I know and I'm up to date on everything because I don't want to have to read Bones at the Crossroad and then scroll back to Blood through like, wait, what happened?
And be like, what happened?
Still, really looking forward to the language change in this book. Something that Ladarrion said in his interview was the last book he got critiqued on the fact that the Creole and even some of the Yoruba that he used in the book, because he used a couple different languages, was not accurate. So in this book, he actually got, I think he said he got a translator, someone who's native to that language to help him system. So I can't wait for that part because my husband is African and he speaks Yoruba. And I can't wait for him to translate it for me. Like this is, I love a book with other languages in it as long as we got like a translation. I hope that he puts that in this book as well. Loved Blood at the Root, don't get me wrong, but there were some scenes where there was like something spoken in Creole or Yoruba or a different language, and we didn't always get the translation for it, and I couldn't understand what that phrase meant from context clues either. So I'm looking forward to the language changes. I cannot wait for that. I think it's going to be an amazing book. Me and Jay are both super stoked. We're going to be reviewing the book 5 chapters at a time here on the Key and J Books podcast. I hope that y'all will be joining me. Or us, excuse me, not just me. We have a Fable book club for this as well. We will be keeping up on Fable, so make sure to follow us, Key and J Books Podcast, on Fable. We will let you know when we start that. But we want this to be a group effort. Like, read with us.
Facts.
Like, it's going to be a fun experience. I promise you. I swear.
Support Ladarrion Williams. Support his book. Absolutely. Let's get his book out there. For all you book talkers and book tubers and bookstagram people who love to support Black authors. Let's come out, man. Let's support his book. Let's get his book out there. Let's do the same thing I do for Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, Onyx Storm. Let's do the same thing for Blood at the Root and Bones at the Crossroads. Listen, man, we got to get out of here, man. This is another episode of Key and J Book Podcast. July 29th, Ladarrion Williams, Bones at the Crossroads. She's the reader. I'm just a speaker. Peace.